share that as well. I wanted to thank everyone for watching the first video, and I got a lot of really nice comments, so I appreciate all of the nice feedback everybody gave. I read all of them, so thank you to all of those people. So yeah, so some things that I started this week, actually. I didn't have a ton of time to work on stuff, but I did get to start slightly 2 new projects. So the first thing I started was the pumpkin carriage sampler by Thread Wishes, and you can get this pattern off of Etsy. I linked it in the first video. I'll link it again in this video. This is what the pattern looks like. Finished. And I'm loving working on this. So it stitches up really fast. Doesn't take that long to do, and I love the fabric that it's on. So it is on Picture This Plus Haven Crystal, it's called, and I'm using a 28 count. So I'll show you where I'm at right now. And like I said, I haven't had a ton of time to work on it, but I got some of it done. So this is what I have done. The top and down the sides. So I still have to put in the clock hands here for the clock. Finish all the white that goes over Cinderella, and this is my fairy godmother needle minder. So it's a start. I feel pretty good, actually. If you look at the pattern here, I have the wands done on each side and all the scroll work. The clock's filled in and the word Cinderella's done, so I have a good portion of it complete considering I didn't have a ton of time to work on it. But yeah, it's a really easy stitch, so if you just want something simple but pretty, this is a really good option. The other new start was yesterday, or 2 days ago, I guess. The Frosted Pumpkin annual sale came out, so I did start that yesterday. For those of you who haven't seen what they sent out, this is what it's gonna look like when it's all done. So they sent out the border, the middle here, Happily Ever After, and the very first block here, which is the Owl and the Pussycat, I think it's called. And it's a poem, you can read it online. But I started down here in the middle where they recommend, and I have this line done, and the flowers here done. And I'll show you that in a minute. And I'm not changing the colors or anything. I like the color pattern that they're using, so I'm just going to stick with that. And I'm using the recommended fabric that they were selling with the pattern, the Crystal Helix by Picture This Plus. And again, it's 28 count. So I'll show you. Yeah. So I have that border there and these flowers here done. And then I have the needle minder from Frosted Pumpkin for the stitch along. So it's pretty good. I'm going to probably work on it today after I'm done recording this. I usually don't keep up very well with the sales because I get distracted or get started doing other things. So I don't know if I'm going to keep up with this because it's a lot of border that came out. But I like it so far, and it was stitching up pretty quick, so hopefully I'll work on that. So I did get some new things that I'll show you guys real quick. I mentioned in my last video that I was getting a pattern in from Stony Creek, and it's their Pattern of the Month series. It started in December, but I just found it in January, so I had to buy December's. But if you go there now to their website, you can get January's for free. You just pay for the shipping. So, and then there's the third part comes out next month, and the fourth part comes out in March. So it's 4 parts. So the first part was spring, so here it is, and it does have button packs that you can purchase. So these flowers are buttons and the bird's a button. So that's spring, and I got summer. This is summer. And again, the flowers are buttons and the tire. So I do plan on stitching them all on one piece of fabric. So if you stitch them all, here's what they're all gonna look like. So spring, summer, autumn, winter. And then when you do get winters, you get this saying which says, "The seasons may come and go, but family lasts forever." So I do plan on stitching them all together like that, but you can stitch them individually as well. And they're pretty small, so it's not real big. And I did get the same fabric that they're using, so it's Legacy by Picture This Plus. And it is a 28 count as well, so, and it's like a brownish beige color. It's pretty. So I got that, and then it does call for 2 Weeks Dye Works colors, so I did purchase those as well. You could just do all DMC if you want, but I got the Dry Sage and Mocha. It looks like they mainly use them in the trees, so I got those. And I also got all the DMC for it because I didn't have a lot of the colors. And then today, actually, I went to my local needleworks shop, which is not really local at all. I've actually never been there, ever. This was my first time today. It's about 40 minutes away is the closest one to me, which I'm surprised because I live in a really populated area. So, but yeah, there's 2 of them. They're each an hour away in opposite directions. So, but I was pleasantly pleased. Everybody there was really helpful and nice, and they had a lot of stuff in the shop, so I'll probably go back again. It's just not that convenient for me to get there, so, but I did get some things. So the first thing I got was a pattern by Lila's Studio called Witch's Night Out. So it's a really cute Halloween pattern. I love it. The witches are having a little party there. And I love these pumpkins. So I got that. I didn't get any of the materials or flosses for it yet, but I'm going to work on it eventually. So I have that. And then the other thing I got was I've been wanting to do the Country Cottage Needleworks Frosty Forest, it's called. And I want to stitch all 9 of them together, like I'm sure a lot of you have seen. So they actually had it stitched up at the shop, and they had all the parts. So I only got the first 3 parts, and I got the buttons that go with them. And I did get the fabric, but it calls for, it's called Pearl Gray is the fabric that they use, but my shop did not have enough of that in the size I needed. So I got a color, it's a little bit more bluish, dark. It's a little darker, but not much. It's probably not going to come up very well, but yeah. It's like a gray blue. So I got that, and then this is part 1. And it comes with the button. Part 2 across the top is this house, and it comes with a little owl button. And part 3 is this, more deer, and it has, again, a snowflake button. So those are the first 3 that go across, and then 3 more go under it, and 3 more go under that. So I plan on working on that. And they also call for a Weeks Dye Works in Molasses and a Gentle Arts in Shutter Green. So I purchased those while I was there. Now, I stitch in a hoop normally. I have a lap scroll frame, but I hate it. It's just so much work to put it together and get the fabric on there that I don't have time. I hate it. So I normally stitch and hoop. I have the wooden hoops and stuff, but I hate those. So the one I normally use is one of these spring-loaded hoops. And as I hit myself in the face, I like it because it's easy. It doesn't have the best tension. You do have to fix it every once in a while, but it takes 2 seconds to put the fabric on this. But now that I have some things that have weak stye works and stuff like that, I am concerned that the hoop's going to leave too much of a mark that I'm not going to be able to get out. So I did go ahead and get an 11 by 11 Q-snap. So we're going to test that out and see how I like it. I actually placed an order for some things yesterday online. So I did order an 8 by 8 Q-snap as well, which I think I might like better. I don't know, the 11 by 11 might be too much for me to hold. So we'll see, but the 8 by 8 should be coming in the mail in a couple of days, along with some other things that I ordered. Whoops. But that's okay. I did not work on the Ship's Manor Beautiful Sea Salad all this week, so I think another section of that pattern came out, so I'm a little behind. But it's pretty quick to catch up, so I'm not too worried. But I did get this awesome Stitch Caddy, I'm calling it, at Walmart the other day, and I'll show you guys. See? All my needle minders are back here on the back. But I love this because I don't have a designated stitch spot in my house, so sometimes I stitch in my bed, sometimes I stitch in the living room, sometimes I stitch at the dining room table. It just kind of depends on what I feel like, what I'm stitching. So this caddy is awesome because I can fit all my whips that I'm currently working on, my Ship's Manor, my pumpkin carriage, all that stuff I can fit in here, along with the thread box that I'm using. My hoop, or even the Q-snaps fit in it now. I've tested that out. And then I have storage for like my pens, my Sharpie. I have the Blue Ribbon Design Stitch Starter, which I love because it's just convenient. My scissors are in here. And like I said, I was able to attach all my needle minders. There's a pocket back here, so I just have them all attached in there. And all I have to do is carry that. I don't have to lug around a ton of stuff. So I love that thing. It's like my new favorite purchase. I got it at Walmart. I think it was maybe like $15. Well spent. I know you can get them at like Joann's and some other places too. So if you need something, I recommend it. Highly recommend it. So yeah, that's pretty much all I have right now. Like I said, I did order some things yesterday online, so they'll be coming in a few days, and hopefully I really want to start the Frosty Forest. I don't know if I'm going to have time, but I really want to start it because I know it's going to take me a long time to finish that. So if I could get that done by the end of this year, I would be so happy. So we'll see what happens. I don't know if I mentioned in my last video, but I do some other crafts aside from cross stitch. So I crochet. You can see one of my blankets down here that I've done. I crochet. I also make a lot of floral baskets for gifts for people. So if I can insert some pictures here, I will, of those so you can see them. But yeah, so I do a lot of different activities. Cross stitch is my favorite, especially right now, but sometimes I'll mix it up for other things. So yeah, so that's pretty much all I have to show you guys. It was just a quick video. So yeah, just let me know if you guys have any questions, or if you like my video, please subscribe. I'd love to have a ton of subscribers. I love watching all of your videos. So yeah, all right, have a great week, everyone. Bye.